Okay, so this brings us to our last exercise, which is a standing roll up and roll down. And the purpose of this is just to further explore spinal articulation and to inform a standing posture. So we're going to teach you two different ways to do this. Jeff's going to do the exercise up against the wall, and Gloria is going to do it standing away from the wall. Now, if you have any kind of concern about your low back, or you feel a little more deconditioned, using the wall is a really great place to, one, feel more articulation through the spine as you get the feedback, but then also to be much more supported. So Jeff is going to lean his upper body against the wall, and he's going to bring his feet about 12 inches away from the wall. Now, with a little bent knee is how I like to do this. It gives you a little more freedom in the pelvis. I'm going to have Jeff bend his knees. Gloria is going to start actually with a straight leg position. So this is a moment where we get to combine all of the previous tools. So you're going to take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're going to engage the abdominals, and you're going to start by nodding your chin and engaging the belly so that you come into a little pelvic curl. So right away the spine is going to curl, and that's just to give your low back support. You're going to continue to breathe fully into the back and side ribs and continue to peel yourself down. Now if you're on the wall, Jeff's letting his arms float away, and he's peeling one vertebra away from the wall at a time, potentially letting his knees bend a little more as he comes down towards the floor and starts to feel the stretch in his low back and hamstrings. So you peel all the way down, letting your arms hang. Now, at the very bottom, let the head go. This is not easy for us most of the time to really release the neck. So shake the head out and imagine the head as a bowling ball hanging from a string, which is your spine. So Gloria is also bending the knees slightly, which is a great way to, again, support the low back, especially if you have any limitations in the hamstrings, which most of us do have some tightness there. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, again, engage the abdominals first. I want you to stand into your feet. So really press the floor away from you, engaging the inner thighs, and begin to curl the spine back up. You want to tuck the tail under you, lifting the waist, and feeling the pelvis come back over your femurs, over your thigh bones, and then the low back, and then the ribs, and then the shoulder blades slide down, and you can see Jeff's shoulder blades come back into contact. He lifts his chest, shoulders broaden, and finally the head comes back on top. When you come back to the top, to the standing position, I want you to have a sense of awareness of the pelvis directly over the femurs, whether you're bent knee or straight leg, so that the sit bones feel as if they're kind of dripping down towards the floor. Ribs are stacked over the hips. Shoulders are dripping or relaxed down into the back. Shoulders stacked over the ribs, and then the head is floating lightly over the neck. All right, take a breath in and exhale, belly first, chin to chest, letting the shoulders drop and the arms be heavy at your sides. And then just continue to breathe, and notice if you get to a place where the back starts to pull or feels tender, you're going to stop. You're going to try two things. So let's stop for a second. You're going to bend your knees a little bit more. That's the first thing. And then you're going to engage the abdominals a little bit more. And if that brings you into a place that feels safer to continue, then you continue. Rolling down, letting the head, neck relax, letting the arms hang. And remember that you should always stop at any point in any exercise if you're starting to feel pain or feel uncomfortable, all the way to your hanging position. So this is just really lovely place to stretch the back and to stretch the hamstrings. Now if you're up against the wall, you can deepen the stretch of the back of the legs by just think of sliding the butt up the wall a little bit. So if you do this, you're going to end up doing this exercise 5 or 6 times. And as you get going, as you get warmed up, you may feel like you can take the stretch a little deeper. So I'm just having Jeff move his tush up the wall a little bit, and that is straightening his legs and stretching his hamstrings a little more. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, abdominals first. Curl the tail under you. So you're really scooping up the pelvis. Stand into your legs. Don't be afraid to push and use your legs, using your inner thighs, connecting everything back into your center, so that as you stack, you feel the strength coming from underneath, you feel the hips, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, and the head all stacking to the top. Open chest as you end. Inhale, we'll do one more together, and exhale, belly, chin to chest, finding that slow, smooth articulation of the head on top of the neck, arms hanging, sternum softens, just like your deep abdominal curl up from the floor. It's the same action. Jeff keeps bending his knees to allow a little bit more freedom and mobility in the pelvis. And you can see that at the very end here, Gloria might even bend her knees. Now she's done it a couple of times, so she's kind of warmed up. But don't be afraid to let your knees bend deeply at the bottom. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, belly always first. Bend your knees. Always bend your knees as you start to come up. That's going to give you much more support from your pelvis and your abdominals, not just taking it into your back. The shoulders slide down. Jeff is being very conscientious of imprinting each vertebra back into the wall. But as he comes all the way up and the chest opens, the head floats up, he returns to a neutral spine. Good, and then let's just stand together. So come away from the wall for a moment. And so to end the fundamentals practice, we want to stand with the feet hip width apart. Let your arms hang, and you're going to go ahead and let your eyes close for a moment. And we'll take 3 big breaths. So bringing your attention into the movement of the rib cage. As you exhale, give your abdominals a little bit of a contraction. So feel that deep inner core unit really hug the spine, so you feel fully supported in this standing posture. And take one more final breath, breathing into the back, feeling the shoulders melt, feeling the spine get a little taller from the crown of the head, and then you're all done. So thanks for joining us. We hope you found this helpful. Please make sure that you call us or email us with any questions, and we very much look forward to having you in the studio. Thanks to Jeff and to Gloria for spending their Sunday with me and with you.